Clock, shall I start pledge of allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Poland. Here. Hofstadter.
Here.
Shoemaker.
Here.
Kahn.
Here.
Coffee. Here. Vaughn.
Here. Thank you. Good evening. Do we have any visitors that wish to address council this evening? May we have a motion to suspend the reading of the minutes?
I'll second that.
Poland. There we go. Coffee.
Aye.
Hofstadter.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kahn.
Aye.
And Vaughn.
Aye. Thank you. May we have a motion to pass? Or any additions or corrections? Do we have a motion to pass?
I so move.
Second.
Go ahead.
Good luck with that.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kahn.
Aye.
Poland. Hofstadter.
Aye.
Coffee.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye. Thank you. I would like to go back and have a motion, excuse Bob from time speeding. I'm sorry I missed that. So moved.
Second.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Coffee.
Aye.
Poland. Hofstadter.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Kahn.
Aye. Thank you. Bill Resolution 2023-5. Are there any questions on the bills this evening? May we have a motion to pay?
So moved.
Second.
That was a tie. Hofstadter.
Aye.
Shoemaker.
Aye.
Poland. Kahn.
Aye.
Coffee.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye. Thank you. Chief?
I just have a personal issue for the executive session.
Thank you. Nate?
All right, Design Review Board will meet this coming Wednesday for a sign application over at 95 West Jackson for Nailed It Nail Salon.
That's so cool.
Pretty clever name.
Yeah.
No update, we're just waiting on the bid opening for the sidewalk project. Nothing, I haven't heard anything from CDBG on the storm sewer project, nothing on the asbestos testing, still waiting on the contractors to show up to do that. The Appalachian Community Grant, we did get an update that it's looking like today, the state controlling board was supposed to review and approve the list of procured planners that would be available for all the applicants to use for their projects. I haven't seen the list, but I heard that it's been out for weeks and it was already predetermined, but we'll see what happens. And then should get, well, March 20th is the date that they have tentatively planned to review all the technical grant applications. So I'm assuming shortly after that we'd hear if we were awarded or not. Personnel, Mason started today, Mason Radcliffe at the street department. Clay's gonna start next Monday, and then we're still working with Kevin on his start date. His current employer asked him to stay till he could find a replacement for him, understandable, so. We'll get that worked out. And then I did pass out, we got updated aggregation pricing, electrical rates, this afternoon. There's two columns there, 12, 24, 36, and 48 months. The first column is just a regular contract. The second is with a $25,000 community grant. We've not done those in the past, and I don't believe there's any interest in doing that now. It's looking like 24 and 36 are pretty good rates, if that's something you wanted to act on. We did look just before the meeting, the AEP current price to compare is 6.74.
We don't have any kind of an idea how much theirs will increase, do we? AEP.
No, he's still projecting around 10 cents for for June through May of next year is what he's projecting, but that's just speculation, I'd say, at this point.
The last cost was 12 cents
Yeah.
from what he told us at the last council meeting. And it seemed from his last time that he was here, we really need to get on this because the
Yeah.
cost is going to move up starting in March.
Yep. And if you remember, I don't remember the exact prices I had previously, but the last time he had sent rates, I think we were around 8 cents, so this is pretty competitive, I think. So I don't think, I wouldn't be too hesitant to agree to a 24 or 36 if it were my call, just because it is an opt-out program. If people don't like it, they can opt out of the program and do this on their own with no cost. So I think it's a pretty good number to look at.
And 24 just seems like it comes around really quick.
It does.
Yeah, right.
12 really does.
I agree.
You're right back on it in a couple months.
Yeah.
24 is very similar.
I'd have no issue with signing up with the 36, but I agree.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, if we could get a motion to do that, and then I'll get the agreement in place tomorrow and get that back to them.
I'll make a motion to enter into a 36-month contract.
I'll second that.
Poland, sorry, let me start over. Hofstadter,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland. Aye. Shoemaker,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Vaughn.
The only other thing, I'm going through, trying to line up all our different budgeted items that we had worked on for this year, trying to get things scheduled and get everything fired up. I know it's February and we could still have some winter, but this weather, it's giving me the edge to get things rolling, so hopefully we'll get a lot of that lined up for the year. That's what I've been working on mainly. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Charlie, would you like to go next?
Our 5 mil renewal levy, if you choose to put that on the ballot, needs to go on this November. There's 2 pieces of legislation that have to be done at separate times to do that. So we need to start working on it if that's what you choose to do, is to put that back on. It needs to be filed 90 days before the election. So with the first piece of legislation, it would be requesting the estimated revenue from the county auditor. And so that would take 3 readings. And then once we get that estimate back, then you have to approve that. Then after that's done, there's another piece of legislation that goes to the Board of Elections to actually put it on the ballot. So it's going to take some time to get that process through if you want to put that back on the ballot. Right now, we currently bring in 124.2 from that levy.
When was the last time that was up for renewal?
It's every 5 years.
It's been 5 years since we did that already? Lordy,
Yep.
lordy.
It was on the ballot 2018,
It first passed in
1979, I believe.
But we didn't budget it that way, but we've used that funds for sidewalks, haven't we? Sort of the amount of that?
Not so much the renewal, which is, it's all goes in the general fund for
Right.
operating, which therefore covers part of the street department, any capital projects you may want to do.
Do you need a motion to go ahead and,
If you want to proceed with putting it on the ballot, yes.
I want to make the motion to do so.
I'll second that. It's a nice consistent source of revenue.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Poland. Khan,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
and Vaughn.
And the other item, there again, we need to, if you still want to change the position of clerk treasurer to fiscal officer, that has to be filed with the Board of Elections 120 days before the next general election. So if you want to proceed with that, we'll need a motion to get that legislation ready to. I did do a draft and sent it to Bob, but he's been a little busy the last week or so, personally, so I haven't heard back from him yet, but we'll need to work on that too. And as the way I understand it, I want him to research it a little bit, but the way I understand the ORC, you'd have to have 3 readings on the legislation, file it with the Board of Elections, and then it would, excuse me, become effective January 1. So January 1, you would have to appoint someone to the fiscal officer, not clerk treasurer. clerk treasurer's position would completely go away then, so. That would be in January, so.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Shoemaker,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
and Hoffy.
Aye.
That's it, thank you.
Thank you. Well, no legislation tonight. We have any committee reports?
Yes, the Tree City board met a week and a half ago, something like that. And we're starting the planning for the Spring Arbor Day program that is always done at the school with the first grade classes. And we did have, Mike and Tracy McDowell are moving out of the area, so they have resigned from that board. So we do have some vacancies. If there are any residents who have an interest in the work that Tree City is doing, feel free to reach out to the village or any of the existing board members, and we'd be interested in talking.
Brett, what is the Arbor Day?
You say, when is it?
Yeah, April something.
As
That last-
the last Friday in April, I think. Or is it May?
It's April.
Let's see, yeah,
I apparently haven't put it on my calendar yet.
That's okay, I can look it up.
Friday, April 28th.
Thank you.
Any other committee reports? Old business.
I think we've had 5 meetings recently about the warming centers for the inclement weather. And we had last Wednesday Katie Kubelman here from the United Way of Wayne and Holmes County. And I guess really the only way to do it, if we find somebody like Mr. Starner was here talking about his mother and her 2 kids right around Christmas, and they were outside in their bare feet in the sub-zero temperatures, that if we can find somebody to transport them to Worcester, and they would go to the Salvation Army. Once they're there, the Salvation Army has 2 different places in Worcester. One is for people that are longer term, and the second one is the place where they can come in when it's, sub-zero temperatures. There can be no kids there, so more than likely the United Way would put a family with kids in a hotel. They would take care, more or less, the adults. But they do have to leave after the temperatures rise. And so instead of us trying to put something together, we can pay somebody to take these people to Worcester if they don't have transportation. And the United Way will take it from there. I don't know, I know we have Uber here, but other ones may have their own transportation, but that's where we're at. If that makes any sense to anybody.
Bob, I'm curious, when you say we can pay to have them transported, is that at the county level, or is that?
And that would be Millersburg level if these people are in Millersburg and they need transport.
Okay.
The county would be responsible for all the townships where the communities aren't incorporated.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I don't see it happening that often. I don't see a big amount of money being paid out for it at all. But that's where we would have to go.
Thank you for the update. Any other old business?
I attended the One Ohio Region meeting last Friday. There was not a quorum there, so they could not actually have the meeting. So I couldn't nominate Brad for president. I'm just kidding about that. So nothing happened. So the next scheduled meeting is on April the 26th. I will do it by Zoom. I'm not going to drive to Steubenville.
Mr. Khan, you have something?
Well, I don't know. Bob keeps chiming in. Bob, are you sure? You don't have anything else, right?
Not a whole
You're good?
business, no.
Okay. So under whole business, I wanted to bring back the grant issue that I brought up at the last meeting. This is the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. This is the round 29 grant that approximately $24,000. If it was approved, we could use to focus on the revitalization and the improvements down at the airport park. I've spoken to a couple of you, talked about, just had some brainstorming ideas about the possibility of turning that temporary walkway from the parking lot into the baseball diamond into a more permanent walkway that would be raised. There's also been some discussion about resurfacing the parking lot area and making an access to the trail to utilize that money. So there's already been appropriation set aside for lighting, I believe, down there, and fencing for the tennis and racquetball courts. And to have these additions, I think, would be a really nice improvement to the park. I know that we've talked about a new playground area down there too, which is quite an expense. And I think that the federal grant that's coming up, that's due, I believe, in November, is something that we could maybe focus on to try to get that money assigned for playground equipment. I guess the questions I have is, is that something that council is okay with? Should we have a meeting? Should we invite feedback from the community? I don't want to lose the chance of losing or not getting the grant money, because that's going to be creeping up on us pretty quick, because the deadline for that to be submitted it's going to be postmarked by June 1st of this year.
Could that money be used for paving that,
I believe so.
that sidewalk?
Kilda used it last year for their parking lot expansion. So I think this would tie right in. It would have the trail tie in as well, which is,
That would be
Good.
nice, yeah.
yeah.
I think a lot of people would really benefit from that. Especially if we could pave it, it would make it way more handicap accessible.
It can get fairly soft down there.
Yeah.
Probably right now it's probably really soft.
Brad, was the June 1st, excuse me, was that for the 24,000 grant ODNR?
Yeah.
Or do you consider putting the trail access? I mean, it gets, to the south gets pretty soft, and do you do it more toward the ball fields?
That's where I'd envision it, more up
Probably.
the north end of the park, somewhere
Maybe along the fence line of the trail park?
up in there. And that wouldn't have to be much, just a culvert and fill.
That area is really turning into a hot spot for the racquetball enthusiasts. I see kids playing tennis there too. But just to utilize the baseball field, I don't know if there'd be any money left over to, for anything in addition to enhance the baseball field fencing or anything like that. But I just don't want to lose the opportunity to, miss out on the grant. And then there's a 25% match to that too. And that has to be within the village donations. And I have some people in mind to reach out to regarding that. So, and I want to help out in any way. I know I talked to Nate. I know Nate's had some experience in completing that. But, if there's anything that I can do to assist in moving things forward on that, I'd be very happy to do so.
I like those suggestions, Brad. I mean, I think there are a lot of little things down there that can be done that make a big difference. You know, those walkways would be a huge thing, especially as wet as it tends to get, so I like your ideas.
The softball, the youth softball program's really taken off. They've got, I was talking to the director over, last week. He said they had a huge turnout for signups, so they're gonna have a lot of use down there.
Good, that's good.
It's good.
Do we need any kind of motion to go ahead with this, or is this just something we can get going on, or?
I think we just need direction on, do you want us to pursue the parking lot, trail, and access path for the NatureWorks grant, and then go after the federal grant for the play
Yeah.
equipment?
Nate, do you think that the grant would cover all of those things?
I meant to run some numbers today, and I didn't get that done, but I don't know off the top of my head, but I can't imagine we'd be too far off
Okay,
with the side. That's not a big parking lot.
right.
I think we could get away with just resurfacing it.
I assume our match can be in kind work too.
Probably could, good bit of it, yeah.
What'd you say?
In kind work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's do it.
Good.
I have one more thing for old business. Are you all done?
Done, thank you.
Okay. Bob? It's my turn, Bob. No. We need to make a date for our strategic initiative workshop. I was looking at my calendar. We talked about an evening. Would a Wednesday evening work for everyone, or a Tuesday evening? Tuesday's better? Tuesday? Brent, Devon, Tuesdays?
Anything except the first Tuesday.
Okay. First Tuesday would be the 7th is the first Tuesday?
Would be out for me.
Would be out.
Anything except the first Tuesday.
Okay, okay. So the 14th?
Yeah.
14th,
Yeah,
Tom?
you want to back that up with council's that Monday?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you want to go back to back?
Yeah. Is that okay with everyone?
Okay with me?
Yeah. Devon, is that good with you? Okay. Tuesday the 14th, time? What do you guys think, 6? Is 6 too early? I prefer 6. I think we're gonna be talking a little bit.
Fine with me.
That day I'm in Cincinnati. Coming
Okay.
back from Cincinnati that day, so I might be right,
Okay. Right at.
right at or a little bit
Okay,
late.
okay. Is that good for you? 6? Okay, 6 o'clock on the 14th.
Does anybody need, I'd send it to you electronically, does anybody need a copied paper version of it prior to that? Anybody else? Okay,
Yeah.
I have a copy that I made that somebody can have. So.
okay.
I'll take it, Bobby, if you have an extra copy.
Yeah.
Any other old business? New business?
I've got 2 items for new business. I'm on the board of directors for NoHoCo. And at the last meeting last week, they were talking about the insulation that they can do for certain types of money people, I'll put it that way. And they were talking about how many people in Coshocton County and how many people in Holmes County have applied to use its service. 1 in Holmes County, almost 500 in Coshocton County. They want to know how we can reach out to more people, which I guess here it would be only in Millersburg. But what Linda Campbell is doing, she's putting it on the water bills for Kilbuck and Nashville to try to bring it to people's attention. If we could do something like that on our water bill.
How much room they have.
We're limited, but we can,
Yeah, the space is really limited.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we could run something in the next billing,
okay.
Could we put some on our website?
put it on, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you
Okay,
have any
Is it an
information
income
you could send
parameter?
me.
Is it,
Pardon?
is it an income parameter?
Right, yes, yeah.
Can you give that
You
information?
give me,
Mhm.
yeah.
I have one other item for new business. When are we gonna schedule cleanup day?
That time of the year already. Typically do that in April.
Eighth? You wanna go later in the month?
That's, the day before Easter.
We did it the 23rd last year.
You wanna do the 22nd this year then?
Try that, 22nd.
April 22nd.
Hey, that's Earth Day, that's a good day, that's a good day.
Yeah, there you go.
It's your anniversary? All right. Take your wife down and have her help?
Is that usually 8 to
Never say don't show your
Yeah.
time.
I can't believe we're almost into March.
Try new things.
I'm done.
Anything else? If not, maybe we have a motion to go to executive session, consider the appointment, employment dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was the first? Okay. Hofstadter was second. Sorry. Poland? Aye. Hofstadter?
Aye.
Shoemaker?
Aye.
Khan?
Aye.
Hoffy?
Aye.
And Vaughn?
Thank you. Have a good evening.